What is going on, everybody out there? All right, hey, Lamont on the run, on the scooter. By the way, before we begin this story, if you guys like the scooter vlogs, I might start incorporating them on Lamont at Large. I still gotta think about if people care for me to ride a scooter while I talk about a crime. I'm probably gonna do it, but anyways, all right, guys, listen, we gotta talk about this lady right here. Now, I don't know her name. She's a TikToker. And this lady, part-time TikToker, full-time postal service employee, postal service. She's a mail carrier, a mail lady. And I think she lives in Georgia. And I believe she also has like her own side business where she does like esthetician work. And from what I remember, she's a single mom. She has a son. So that's pretty much the gist. Single lady trying to make it in the world like many of us do. Some of us have kids. So she had posted on her TikTok page sometime on July, maybe the 8th of July, and it went like super viral, right? It went super duper viral. So in her TikTok video, she basically said that, she's in Georgia. Like I said, I think she's in Georgia. And it was really, really hot in July. Duh. You got humidity in Georgia. So she had a delivery to make at a Starbucks. So she drops the package off and she says, hey, by the way, can I get a cup of water? Now, the Starbucks employee says, you know what, we just changed our policy. We don't give out free water anymore. Now you got to pay for something, right? You got to buy a cup of coffee. There's no more free water to be had over here. And so she ends up buying a bottle of water, and then she makes that TikTok video, and it got millions of views. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head how many views, but it got a lot of views. And so people started like ranting and raving and complaining about Starbucks. Like, this postal carrier, she was, thirsty, and you guys couldn't even give her water, and you guys are scumbags, and you guys don't make enough money. You're making people, buy water and blah, 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 and yada, 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 right? So, again, she goes mega viral, and, people give her all kinds of kudos and condolences. You're doing a great job and all this stuff. Now, listen, when you're a mail carrier and you're in Georgia and it's humid and hot, it's 95 degrees with 100% humidity. Yeah, you can seriously, suffer a heat stroke if you're not well hydrated. And actually, a couple mail carriers have died from heat exposure doing their job. In Dallas, Texas, one, Jacob Taylor, 51 years of age, he died this June, I believe, of, I think he had a heat stroke, a heat-related emergency, and he ended up dying. And he wasn't the first one to die, because in June of 2023, a 66-year-old man, Eugene Gates, of Dallas as well, he also died. Now, 66 years old, I mean, you gotta work, but, what I'm basically saying is heat-related illness can it could just sneak upon you, and it could be very deadly. I mean, it's happened to me one time where I almost passed out. I was selling water in Las Vegas, and I didn't get a heat stroke or nothing like that, but I started getting kind of confused as to where I was. And then immediately I said, man, what the hell is happening? What's wrong with my brain? And then I quickly drank some of my own supply. And then I got the hell out of there and I went home, and that was it. So yeah, listen, guys, you got to stay hydrated, especially in the summer months. Now, here's my problem. This TikTok lady, this postal carrier, she needs to grow up. Lady, grow up. Grow up. You can't carry a cooler of water with you when you're out working. I mean, I don't know how long you've been a postal carrier, But, and I'm not the brightest bulb, but if I am in an area of the country in summertime and I know it gets hot, I'll just, for instance, Texas or Louisiana or Mississippi, I'm gonna have water with me. I'm gonna have water with me. And listen, okay, maybe she ran out of water. Maybe she did have a cooler of water and she just ran out. A bottle of water is like $2, $3 at Starbucks. I mean, you don't have $2 or $3? It's not, listen, part of me says this. I think both of the people, the Starbucks barista and the postal carrier, they're both at fault because the barista's a moron. Look, if that's your regular mail carrier and they bring packages, you should be allowed to give them a free cup of water, especially if it's hot and she's, busting her tail. On the flip side of the matter, lady, grow up. You gotta be an adult. I don't know how old she is. She looks like she's 30. You gotta grow up, people. You got a certain demographic of society who is constantly doing these videos complaining about nonsense and crap. And all it does is just make people dislike you even more than they already do. And for her to go on TikTok, I would be ashamed of myself. Right behind you, excuse me. I would be ashamed of myself. To have the audacity to go on TikTok and tell people, oh, they wouldn't give me any water. Are you serious? Be an adult and grow up and go buy a bottle of water. If I were a judge, on this case, I would say both people are at fault and they're both morons. Okay, there is no winner in this except me, because I get to spew my hatred and and do it while I'm enjoying this beautiful day in Los Angeles. Yeah, but it's just very stupid. People need to grow up, get over yourselves. It's not that big of a deal. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm hitting the road. Some homeless vlogs to come. I got to do some homeless vlogs for sure.
Hey, where's Union at?
The other way, brother. What the hell? Asking me where Union is, bro. You're on drugs. Where's Union? Bro, it's like 5-6 miles towards downtown. Yeah, you got to be so careful out there because these guys are just trying to rob somebody. He was seeing my really, really cool scooter and he's like, yeah. He's probably looking for Scante. He's looking for drugs for sure. What's up with this guy here? Or pull your pants up. Holy crap. Okay, well, anyways, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I've seen enough for today. I'm gonna work my way back up and I don't know, probably just take a ride up to Hollywood Boulevard and go peep the scene with my gangster lean. All right, guys, catch up with you later. Have a good one. Peace out.